Your skills in solving multi-step equations can be used in different situations. For example, in solving for the angle measures of a polygon. The sum S of the angle measures of any polygon with n as the number of sides can be calculated using the formula S equals 180 times the quantity n minus 2. Let us consider some examples. So you're asked to solve for the value of x. The first step is to find the total measure of the angles. Using the formula, S is equal to 180 times n minus 2. The given figure is a triangle, and a triangle has 1, 2, 3 sides. Therefore, our n should be equal to 3. By substitution, we have 180 times 3 minus 1, and then we simplify the operation inside the parentheses. That gives us 180 times 3 minus 1 is, 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. Then 180 times 1 is equal to 180. And that should be, of course, in terms of degrees. Now, we will use this value to find the measure, to make an equation for the sum of the measures of the angles. So we have S is equal to, one measure here is 30 plus X. The second is 9X. And the third is 13. But our S is equal to 180 degrees. So in solving an equation, the first step is to simplify it as if necessary. If you can find similar terms in the same side where you have the variable, you have to combine first the similar terms. So here we have 30 plus 30 is equal to 60. Then you have x plus 9x is equal to 10x. We do not change the other terms. So what we did here, as I said, is combine similar terms. So after combining similar terms, the next is to eliminate the constant. This is understood to be positive. So we eliminate the constant by subtraction. because the inverse of addition is subtraction. Whatever we do in one side, the same should be done in the other side to balance the equation. So 180 minus 60 is 120. Then we bring down 10x. So the new equation is now 120 equals 10x. The next step is to eliminate the coefficient of the variable. The indicated operation is multiplication. So to eliminate 10, we need to divide both sides by 10. So 120 divided by 10 is equal to 12. And then we can cancel 10 because 10 divided by 10 is equal to 1 times x is equal to x. Therefore, here, the value of x that we want is 12. Let us consider another example. So we are again solving for the value of x. So the first step is finding the total measure of the angles. So we have S is equal to 180 times n minus 2. This is a quadrilateral because it has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. So n should be equal to 4. By substitution, we have 180 times 4 minus 2. Perform the operation inside the parentheses. 4 minus 2 is equal to 2 times 180 is 360. So the total measure of the angles should be equal to 360. Now we use that value to make an equation for the sum of the angles. So when we say sum of angles, that means we just have to add all the given angles. So one is 50 or 50 degrees. The other is 2x plus 30. The third is 2x plus 20. And the fourth is x. Again, we simplify one side of the equation, the right side, by combining similar terms. We have 50 as a constant. 30 is also constant, and 20. So we combine all of this. 50 plus 30 is 80, plus 10 plus 20 is 100. Next, we have 2x, so that is positive, plus 2x is for x, plus x is 5x. We do not change the other side of the equation. Nothing to be simplified in the left side. So next, we eliminate the constant in the right side because that is where we have the variable x. The understood sign of 100 is positive and the opposite is negative. So we subtract 100 from each side of the equation. So 360 minus 100 is equal to 260. We cancel 100 minus 100 because that is equal to 0. Then we bring down 5x. We eliminate the coefficient 5 by division because the understood operation is multiplication. So we divide both sides by 5 and that will eliminate our 5 in the right side. What is left in the right side is just your x. Next, 260 divided by 5, or let's say 26 divided by 5 is equal to 5. And that will give us a remainder of 1. And then we have 0. So 10 divided by 5 is equal to 2. Therefore, our x should be equal to 52. This is now our answer. But of course, our x should be in terms of degrees. For the last example, again, we are using the formula to solve for the value of x. So we start with step 1, finding the total measure of the angles. We have S is equal to 180 times the quantity n minus 2. So this is a polygon with 5 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Therefore, our n should be equal to 5. By substitution, this gives 180 times 5 minus 2. Inside the parentheses, 5 minus 2 is 3. We multiply that by 180, so we have 540 degrees. The second step is to solve the equation. So we need to find the equation first. So we start with the sum, which is 514. And since that is sum of the measures of the angles, so we get all the angles. And we combine them by addition. The first is 5x plus 2. Then we have 3x plus 5, 8x plus 8, plus 4x plus 15, and 5x plus 10. The first step in solving the equation is to simplify as much as possible. In this case, the right side is a very long addition, so we combine similar terms. We have 5x plus 3x is 8x, plus 8x is 16x, plus 4x is 20x, plus 5x is 25x. We also combine the constant terms. So positive 2 plus 5 is 7, plus 8 is 15, plus 15 is 30, plus 10 is 14. So we have plus 14. Nothing, we do not need to simplify 514. It is already in simplest form. So now we can solve this equation by subtracting 14. Because the inverse of positive 40 is negative 40. Or the opposite of 40 is negative 40. Whatever we do in one side, the same should be done in the other side. So 540 minus 40 is 500. Then we bring down 25x. We cancel 40 minus 40 because that is equal to 0. Next is to eliminate the coefficient of x, which is 25, by division, because the understood operation between 25 and x is multiplication, and the inverse of multiplication is division. So we divide both sides by 25. This should be 500. Okay, so 500 divided by 25 is equal to 20. Therefore, our x should be equal to 20. that should be in terms of degrees. Okay, so you can do the same if you will encounter the same problems or similar problems in your geometry.